and what happened there?
Oh, um, well, there was a disturbance call. Again, it was day shift, and I was the primary, and I showed up out there. I was working 23 speed, and there was this guy and disturbance neighborhood 415. He'd been drinking, and I already decided he's going to go to jail. But I'm waiting for my cover unit, Jim Kneebone. This guy must have smelled it, must have sniffed the wind and said, I better beat feet, because he hauled ass for the door, and I chased him into the house. And we were wrestling in this curved area right near the front door, and the house came alive. There were a bunch of people in there, and I had this guy, my arm around his neck and his back to my chest, and guys were punching me on the side. I was using him to block the blows. My back was to the wall. And then this woman came out. I could see her in the peripheral of mine, and she hit me over the head with an iron. At that moment, I said, I got to get the hell out of here. I hauled ass for the door. I think I lost my radio, but I hauled ass. I ran out of there with my tail between the legs, and I got back up on the street. About that time, Kneebone shows up and says, hey, you're bleeding. I didn't know, I look at it, and there's all blood down my shirt, and because she'd hit me in the head with an iron. He says, what happened? I told him, and he goes, well, let's go back in and get him. So we did. We both went back in there. House came alive again. We were wrestling around with this dude on the floor, and this woman comes behind me, and she's trying to yank my gun out of the holster. I carried it was a break front style called a Judge, which the sheriffs issued. And since they issued it and we were wearing it, it was part of the training, so I had a Judge. And it was a good holster. And she was trying to yank it out, and I just whacked her with the fist. And Kneebone was the senior officer. He said, put out 1199. So I put out 1199. Officer needs help. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, it was Chula Vista sheriffs, Astria, National City, all, coming from the station. And it all got resolved, and that was that story.